Hello and welcome to Capacity TV. Today we are joined by Jim Clarke, who is Head of Global Wholesale at Telstra Global. Welcome, Jim.
Hi, Alex.
What do you see as the main challenges for Telstra Global in 2014?
I think realistically our main challenge is to maintain the pace that we've set in 2013, 2012 and execute against our plans. Telstra Global continues to be a significant part of the overall Telstra Corporation in terms of where we have our growth aspirations for our business into the future. 2013 has been incredibly hectic in terms of the new products, platforms, our network and coverage expansion that we've managed to achieve this calendar year. And 2014 very much looks to build upon that. Of course, it goes without saying our focus on our customers, ensuring that both our wholesale customers that I'm responsible for, but also the enterprise customers that my enterprise colleagues are responsible for, that we're continuing to meet their objectives and their needs and keep bringing their business towards Telstra Global.
What about the opportunities in LTE during 2014?
So back in Australia, LTE is, we're well advanced down that path in Australia. How it relates, I suppose, to Telstra Global is our IPX platform. So CSL in Hong Kong, which is the other mobile property that Telstra owns, combined with the Telstra mobile customers from back in Australia as they're roaming internationally. Our IPX platform this year, we've been successful in bringing on a number of other operators who have plugged into the platform. So I think the focus for us in 2014 will be to bring more mobile operators onto our IPX. We built our IPX with LTE roaming in mind. For us, it was not about moving voice off a TDM type solution into an IP environment. It was very much about the mobility requirements of our domestic users both in Hong Kong and Australia. We see that as being the true future for global mobility, and so that will be very much our focus, how we can get other mobile operators globally to plug into that to ensure that our end users in Australia and Hong Kong continue to get world best practice in terms of experience, but also the customers of the operators that have joined our platform equally enjoy that same level of experience when they're travelling in Hong Kong or Australia.
So do you think there's big opportunity for carriers with LTE roaming services next year?
Oh, absolutely. The take-up of 4G in Australia, the take-up of 4G in Hong Kong is continuing very, very much, and they're demanding that they have the same level of experience when they travel. I notice myself when I leave Hong Kong and I travel to countries that may not be as advanced down the 4G sort of path as perhaps we are in Hong Kong, the difference in experience is quite significant. You really do notice the download speeds, how long it takes to get a signal, etc. So that as countries, as operators, continue to push down the path of rolling out LTE in their own local geographies and environments, it's up to us to ensure that we keep a pace with them in terms of our IPX connections so that our end users are satisfied when they do roam internationally.
And which new markets or regions are you hoping to explore in 2014?
So I think Western Europe continues to be an important area for us to grow in so that we capture more of the MNC and wholesale traffic that may require capabilities into Asia Pacific region. I mean, Asia Pac will always continue to be that key focus for Telstra Global, but equally as important is what we describe as the feeder markets, so Europe and North America, ensuring that we do have the network coverage capability, the product set, suite of services in those locations to ensure that the traffic that is coming into Asia from both of those, we're front and centre of that. So Western Europe, as we roll out more POPs, as we roll out new platforms, etc., will continue. We are starting to look more heavily towards Africa in terms of some of the more key markets there, South Africa, for example, in the Middle East, around Dubai, potentially Djibouti. We believe that there are solid business cases that can be sustained by opening up new capabilities in those areas. But also I think a key a key plank for us will be continuing to invest in Asia itself. I believe that our capability in that part of the world is second to none. However, we always need to keep in front of the pack. So continuing to invest, new POPs, new data centres, enabling cloud facilities in Singapore, Hong Kong, London, etc. will be very much part of our 2014 roadmap.
Thanks for joining us today on Capacity TV.
Thanks, Alex.